especially because I'm trans. I don't want someone to actually like attack me or something, because you know there are a lot of ignorant transphobic people in this world.
So first of all, being trans is a tricky thing. There's always going to be somebody that's judging you. And then on top of that, if you are living in your truth, and your truth is offending so many people because they themselves can't live in their truth, there's always going to be a situation.
I would rather be motherless 10 times over than deal with a toxic parent.
Being a black trans woman in America feels like you're living in an intersection where every road is dangerous. Racism from one side, transphobia from the other, and survival pushing you from behind. People love to talk about trans women, but they never want to talk about what we survived just to exist and what we had to go through just to live. This is a reality nobody wants to look at, but it's time we talk about it in depth.
It's a ghetto Christmas, ghetto Christmas time. It's a ghetto Christmas time.
Hi lads, welcome back to another video. My name is Alizé and I'm your favorite ghetto black transsexual. Get up into the big purr, whatever. I'm back. How are you wonderful, amazing people doing today, girl? I hope you're doing amazing. Thank you for asking. Period. Before we dive into today's wonderful, amazing video, girl, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss this pretty face on your screen, girl. Bada bing, bada boom, girl. Because you know I'm pushing out this pre-recorded content for my Bookie Bears, girl. I'm running on 0 hours of sleep, girl. I've been up for 2 days, girl. I am recording so many videos as we are talking right now. So, girl, I'm sorry if I stutter in the video, but bada bing, bada boom, let's dive into it today. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm making this video because a lot of people glamorize being trans until it's our reality, until it's homelessness, until it's working that corner, until it's, rejection, violence, or being treated like you don't belong anywhere. A black trans woman experience is always overlooked. And even in LGBTQ spaces, it's crazy how people never give you the credit that you deserve. Chapter 1, growing up black and trans and unprotected. When you're black and you're growing up trans, it feels like you're doing everything wrong. Even when you're trying to just exist. You learn early that you had to be tough or quiet, or you just had to be invisible just to stay safe, even when you're around your own family. And let's be real, a lot of black families don't know how to love a trans child. They think discipline will fix you. They think fear will change you. They don't realize that they're creating trauma you'll carry for the rest of your life. I remember being a young trans woman myself and realizing that, the people that, were supposed to protect me and that were supposed to hold me down, they didn't understand me, literally. And it made me feel some type of loneliness. It made me feel like, I was just a black sheep in everywhere I went. And it kind of hits you before you even know it because, a lot of people don't even know what trans means. And, a lot of people think that, oh, you just want to be a boy or you just want to be a girl. Like, why don't you just, just be yourself? You haven't even figured yourself out. They always want to put labels on you before you even label yourself, literally.
So this is how I came out as transgender. I didn't learn that I was transgender until freaking 23. I know, and I'm 25. When I finally realized that I was transgender, of course, I started a social transition, which is explained in another video if you don't know what that means. Go look at it. When I was in my social transition, I feel like my family was really confused. I was just bisexual, so they were just like, maybe it's just a phase. Like my oldest brother, he was so fucking mad. He was so fucking mad, y'all. My baby brother, probably just twins, we so close in age, but he was so supportive. I think because how much turmoil he saw me in over the years, and I'm not talking about like 3, 4, 5 years, I'm talking about my entire life. I think he was super proud of me, and my mother was a little iffy as well. But she was supportive, which was understandable because I was not binary, right? Yeah, so I started with the social transition, and I did that for a whole year. When I was 24, I wanted a medical transition, but I wanted the real thing, okay? I'm just like full-fledged, like, oh yeah, I'm transgender. Now, mind you, if you don't know, my family is super religious, super in church, okay? And it's not even like, oh no, we sitting out there in pews, no honey. We're on the pulpit, okay? Like pastors, organists, I'm talking, whatever you can think of, boo, they do it, okay? I told them, but I'm just like, I just moved into my apartment, I had my own car, so it was, okay, it was nothing to tell me. I can leave, okay? I'm going home, to my house, period. So I went to my doctor, and me thinking that this was gonna be a huge process, which of course sometimes it is, but he was like, oh yeah, we need to immediately, yeah, let's get you on these. Like, your prescription will be ready today. So this is where I was. I felt like if I didn't take that medication right then, before telling everyone, they were gonna talk me out of it. I know they were. So when I started the medication, which was of course that day, that was when I started to let my family know like that I was thinking about it. Crazy thing is they're literally gonna be watching this right with y'all, so they're gonna be a little upset. I kind of went into it with a this is what it is type of, you know what I'm saying, because I had already started the medication. I've done so much wavering in, my life, 25 years, that I had family, you know what I'm saying, so it's only been 6 months. I have lost a few people. There's no love lost, but definitely respect. I'm very happy, and I wouldn't change this for the world. I would have never imagined when I was 5 years old or 10 years old that I would have been bold enough to literally just be myself. I don't regret none of it at all.
It's crazy how I went from getting my father because I was him buying a prostituta to basically turn me straight, and apparently that work, but she only did it because the rent was due. You know, rent was due back then. It was for only $500, honey. So she was doing whatever the fuck she had to motherfucking do. At 12, and he beat my and ended up hitting me with a Chevy Impala. I went from that to being 16, 17, coming out as trans, right? And then I was fucking active and really hyper 18 and 19, getting my back out, which is fucked up because now I have 4 bodies, 95. You know, and then I ended up finding love at 20, and that man gave me he lied. He ain't fuck with me for real. And you know what? It's crazy because I really thought that love was gonna do that shit for real. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. And then I went from that to falling in love with somebody else after that, right? After I got undetectable, because you know, you equals you, bitch, around these motherfucking parts. And I ended up falling in love with somebody else, and he ended up going crazy and all that other extra shit, doing me mad dirty, and he started in the relationship. So now I was like scarred again, and I ended up having all this hair on my top of my head. So I ended up cutting up all of my goddamn hair because I didn't want to look like the bitch that he was out here. Now I'm good.
I never came out to my mom. My mom read my diary and I said, I'm half gay. And Shorty threw a fit. She threw my ring light at me. She told me that she started crying. She told me that I needed to rebuke the devil from my body. Like, Shorty was just doing the most. And then I told her, as if you calling a CPS.
If you're a parent fearing to have a gay child, you're not a parent, you're actually a control freak. Homophobic parents are disgusting and selfish, and I don't care. You brought a whole nother human on this earth and want to control their identity through the lens of your comfort? Really? Nobody's born homophobic, but people are born gay. The hate against gays is not natural, it's taught in the house. But being gay is natural. It's not protecting your child from sin, it's pushing them towards pain. It's not raising them right. You are teaching them that who they are is wrong. You prayed for a blessing and so it was born until it broke your mold and so it was torn. You called it confusion, you labeled it sin, but the only thing wicked is the cage you kept it in. Y'all are obsessed with the identity and the sexuality of y'all kids, and it's very disgusting and weird. As long as they're not hurting anybody else or themselves, you have no right to care so much about how they express themselves. If your son is gay, do not beat him. Teach him how to beat the oppositions, not only physically, but mentally. Stop setting up y'all kids for failure. It's crippling society. Generations of parents afraid to unlearn what was forced onto them, so they pass it down to their kids. Like trauma is tradition. Girl, bye. If you really love your child, protect their freedom. Don't police it. That's how you raise warriors, not wounded adults trying to heal from childhood trauma. Because my gay is not the issue. Your mentality is. Clock that one.
Getting kicked out and losing stability. Black trans homelessness isn't an accident. It's a system. It's families choosing image over their own child. It's parents who care more about what the church thinks more than the safety of their own child. When you get kicked out, you don't just lose your home. You lose your childhood. You lose safety. You lose normal experiences that other people take for granted. You have to sleep on couches. You constantly have to house surf. You're constantly asking your friends for a spot to chill, and you're constantly feeling unsafe with living with your current living situations. And being 16 through 18 with no support, you learn fast that nobody is coming to save you. You have to save yourself or you don't survive. And society blames you for struggling. They call you fast. They call you messy. They call you reckless. No, you were just abandoned. You were unprotected, and you were forced into adulthood before you were even ready. People love to just say, get a job, but who hires a black trans teenager with no home, no legal protection, no ID change, and no support system? Society sets us up to fail and then gets mad when we struggle.
Would you say it's dangerous out here being trans?
Hell yeah, I had to carry bear mace, I had to carry brass knuckles, I had to carry a pistol. Yeah, the police will not get involved. I believe it's more dangerous now without the tents, because when the tents were here, I had my street family to back me up, and it was a force for us. We were a force to be reckoned with. And now they're all over the place with hotels shutting down. They're getting back out here, and it was a failure thing when it came to the hotels, because I believe they just stole the money and just wanted us out of the zone just to clean it up. But I felt more safer when I was with my street dad, Hellboy, my sister Heather, my sister Pretty, my brother KG. I felt more safer because my dad would not let me go nowhere alone, period. Now, I'm everywhere alone.
Okay, quick little story time about me having to deal with being trans and not having my ID changed 3 times in one day. Okay, so it was on my trip to Atlanta. I had to go to the bus station. Don't ask me why I was taking a bus, bitch. I thought it was a short trip. It ended up being a really long trip, but that's besides the point. So it started in the morning when I got in my Uber. So I'm in the Uber. I'm talking with the lady. She was really, really nice. She's like, oh, yeah, we started talking about politics and stuff. some like old white lady. And I was like, yeah, like the world is so focused on the wrong things. They're trying to ban gay marriage in Texas. She literally goes, you know, those gays and transgenders and stuff, you really can't bother them too much because they're literally mental in the head. They literally are, there's something not clicking for them. I'm like, so you think I'm a fucking lunatic? So you think I'm fucking crazy? And she kept going, there's something not I'm like, oh my God. So I was just quiet, bitch. I'm gagging in the back seat. I just stopped talking to her. But bitch, that just goes to show you, bitch, when people don't know you're trans, gay, whatever, they will really speak their mind to you. And she thinks we're fucking lunatics. Okay, next case. So when I had booked my bus ticket, I had booked it under the name on my ID because when you get there, your ID has to match your, you know, ticket, whatever. So when I get to the counter, I tell her my booking number, not the name, but the booking number. She goes, name. So I say my last name. She goes, full name. So I go, because I'm trying, it was a whole line, girl. I'm not trying to clock myself. So I'm like, real like love and like mumble. She's like, name. So I'm like, she goes, name. So, bitch, I said, you know? Bitch, that was so annoying. Then, later that night, I go to the club with my friends, and I'm in Atlanta. So, like, bitch, you should know the tea. I hand him my ID. He looks at it, literally says, this your little brother or something. Here, get out my face. I said, no, he didn't just say that in front of all these people. What if my future husband is on this line, girl? He don't need to know all of that yet, Miss Angry. So I'm like trying to tell him, I'm like, and all my friends are like, I was like, you're dumb loud. Like, so I'm like, I'm transgender. Like, I didn't get my teaching that I'm transgender. That's literally me in the picture. Like, take a closer look. He goes, y'all can stand to the side. So we go to the side. He's like talking with somebody else that was like outside, another security or whatever. And I thought to myself, let this be some transphobic shit. Bitch, I'm taking this whole thing down and it's not going to say the club name no more. It's going to say my name, bitch. So he comes back over and he like gave me a very genuine apology. He was like, I'm so sorry. He was like, I didn't know. He was like, people come and try to give me fake IDs all the time. I really do apologize. And I was like, for future reference, that can really be dangerous. That can really get somebody hurt, you doing that loudly like that. Be more aware. And although he did apologize, very genuine and it was very nice, I just felt like irritated. Cause bitch, you clocking me in front of all these people in Atlanta and I'm in a hood, I'm with the trade. Like, cause you know, I pumps, no shade. Like, I mean, get in, I pumps. But yeah, girl, ID change coming soon, cause I fucking can't.
Having to work the corner at an early age, the reality a lot of people ignore. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. A lot of Black trans women end up in survival content. Not because we want to, not because it's glamorized, but because the world doesn't give us options. Some of the problems we go through is that we don't have no job acceptance. We don't have no job experience. You know, racism in employment, transphobia in every interview.
Y'all, so it was my first day at work today, and y'all, I'm not gonna hold you guys, like, this was ghetto. So girl, y'all know, like, you know, the whole situation with the dead names that's going on, right? And I'm not gonna hold y'all, you know, it is just ghetto. So y'all, I decided, you know, I got to go and, you know, I gotta get a job, and, you know, you guys were talking about the and I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know nothing about that. I just need my money, right? So in the midst of it or whatever, right? You know, they gave me my name tag or whatever, right? Y'all, why in the world in the name tag it says my dead name? And I'm just like, girl, the ghetto. So in the midst of it, right? You know, I'm not gonna say nothing because, you know, it's my dead name. You know how the dead name go or whatever, right? But in the midst of it, I'm just like, you know, who really cares? You know, I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know, I'm trying to get my money. And people were looking and it was like, so who's Isaiah? Isaiah's right here, the beautiful Black trans queen right here. You know, get up into it. They're like, you're Isaiah? Yes, love. Hi, how you doing? So my manager, she was like, you know, we can't, you know, change your dead name, but it's okay. You know, we're still gonna respect you, okay? You know, I really don't care if you respect me or not. All I care about is money. Let me just vent to y'all about what happened today at work, and girl, why I'm about to, you know, literally throw a big old drink at this girl's head today. Y'all, so you guys know I'm trans. You guys know my tea. You guys know who I am. You guys know what I be on. You get what I mean? Y'all, so tell me why y'all already know they do not respect my pronouns up here. Y'all already know they do not respect my, you know, preferred name. Y'all already know they do not respect me as a trans person. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? Y'all, so tell me why in the midst of it, right? You know, I call everybody Bookie. I call everybody Love. I call everybody, you know, cute little names or whatever, because that means I like you. That means I'm cool with you. If I call you by your name or I call you by something else, baby, I do not like you. Hello, hello, hello. Y'all, so tell me why this bad Bill monkey. Y'all, so tell me why she looking at me with a stank face up and down, right? And she just like, you know, I can just tell by her energy and by her attitude, she do not like me. And we all know the people who do not like you, when you're around somebody you do not like, it's just bad vibes. So y'all, tell me why I'm trying to collect myself, and I ain't never worked at McDonald's, so like, I never worked at McDonald's, y'all. And so I'm working at McDonald's, you know it's fast every single day. Every day is fast. Who gotta do these orders? Me. Who gotta go take it out the curbside? Me. So guess what? If I mess up, okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna fix myself. Dang, can you just sit here and wait? Be patient with me. That's what I'm trying to tell her. So y'all, y'all, I'm sitting over here messing up on orders, and right, everybody is being so impatient with me, right? And I can understand everybody being impatient with me because, you know, I'll be the same way, like, girl, you know, she cannot just do orders, she is too slow. You know, okay, I can be understanding to that, right? So y'all, I'm just sitting over here and I'm just getting a little more frustrated because we got all these DoorDashes. And then on top of that, they want me to sweep, clean, drop the fries, then, you know, box the chicken nuggets because people don't want to do their job. And then what really bothers me, y'all, just sitting over here talking on the phone. I'm doing their job, but when I don't do my job, it's an issue. So y'all, let me tell y'all what really grind my gears today. Y'all, so I'm sitting over here and I had to listen to music in order to keep myself calm. And y'all all know Scissor comes in handy. She does. So y'all, I'm sitting over here and I might start crying, girl. But I'm sitting over here and I'm trying so hard to just mind my business. Here go Yvette, and I'm dropping names because I do not care. Girl, Yvette sitting over here like, you cannot listen to music. You always just sitting over here being rebellious. Girl, you need to shut up. You got 3 rows on your backside and you just sitting over here big and sloppy. Please hush it up. And so then, girl, Serenity, that's the girl who I close with tonight, right? So y'all, I'm just sitting over here. I'm trying so hard to just keep myself calm, right? Now I don't have no music. They're sitting over here bugging me about these orders that I keep messing up because they keep bugging me. I cannot focus. Like, I'm literally about to lose my stuff, child. And so then, y'all, this is what really gags me. So there's this boy, you know, Serenity, she has a brother, right? And I guess he know I'm trans or whatever, right? I don't care if you know I'm trans. I do not care. But y'all, he know I'm trans, and he just sitting over here laughing like Ken about me being trans. But you know, it's not the good kid, it's the laughing kid, honey. He's being funny. Y'all, so he just sitting over here. He think I can't re-listen. He thinking I cannot listen, like I cannot hear. Y'all, he's sitting over here just being out of this world. Transphobic and all, just being disrespectful. And y'all, I cannot lose my job. And mind you, this boy is a kid, right? I can't find no kid. You know, you get what I mean, y'all? And so, y'all, I'm just sitting over here. I'm trying so hard not to break down, right? And this was my real breaking point, and this is why I'm on break right now. Y'all, so we get another swarm of DoorDashes, another big old rush, right? Y'all, in the midst of the rush, right? She's sitting over here because I had to go to curbside, right? I went to curbside, and so I forgot the trays. She's sitting over here. You know what? If you don't freaking get them trays that next round, you getting sent home. Y'all, I literally lost my stuff. I literally lost it. So y'all, after that, I literally just started crying. I was like, oh my God, I can't go home. I can't freaking, you know, I have to stay here because, you know, I have to get an apartment. My mama is dead. My daddy is not in my life. Like, I'm about to be homeless. I have to get a job and I have to make sure I'm on go. I have to be on my grown folk stuff. You get what I mean? And they're literally bugging me because if I lose this job, I'm back at square one. TikTok is not lucrative. I only make like a few dollars. What in the world? But y'all, I just can't do it no more. They're being transphobic. They don't want me on their shit. Everybody is sitting here talking about me. And I don't mean just a little amount of people. I mean like almost everybody at this job does not like me. But girl, I got this one coworker, I'm in her car right now. She cool. But it's like, it's only her. And you know, I don't work with her every time. Y'all, like, I'm about to literally lose my stuff. I don't want to hear nobody say, oh, just go to HR. Girl, HR was here today, right? HR, they already done lied on me and told HR I'm a problem. Y'all, I can't do it no more. So if I go to jail and y'all see my mugshot, just know I threw a drink at Serenity. Because Miss Serenity, if you see this TikTok, I want you to know you can fall down a flight of stairs, jump off a bridge, and you need psychological help. You and your family. Because y'all be really making me so mad today over some freaking Big Macs and some curbside orders. And you thinking, I'm just in here, this is my 7th day, woman. So let me tell you something. This is my 7th day. And if I'm messing up orders, girl, you can sit here and help me. Bad bills. But y'all, I had to just, you know, let that out and just, you know, be a black, beautiful queen and, you know, get on my A-gang stuff. But we finna look for another job because I'm literally about to go to jail. So, yeah, stream Nicki Minaj.
The same people who shame trans women for sitting over here and working that corner never ask why the world pushed us there. It's not a choice when it's your only option. It creates a deep void that a lot of us face. You feel disposable, like your life only has value when someone wants something from you. Like you're only useful for a fantasy, and that does something to your spirit deep down inside.
Dating is fucking, like, non-existent when you're trans. Especially as a black trans woman, I'm either, well, no, I'm lying. I'm fetishized, not taken seriously, or they just want to fuck me. And there's nothing wrong with like a little bump and grind, like here and there. But when I actually like want to date, like there's nobody to be found. And even when I'm like trying to date somebody, it always feels weird because like in the back of my mind, I'm like, yeah, they're using me. Especially if the topic of comes up, that makes me feel very uncomfortable.
Anyone's having a conversation about being lusted over and not loved, it's trans women. Trans women are literally being lusted over since the beginning of time and not loved. We're asking for someone to show up for us and love us the way that we have loved ourselves. Like, we've done that work because it takes so much self-love to step out and be your authentic self and to tell the world who you are and show the world who you are and not give any fucks about what people think, about what people have to say. Okay, we leave our houses every day and we are doing what we want to do. We present the way that we want to present, regardless if someone's going to throw something at us, try to shoot us, try to spit on us, try to jump us. Like, it's hard out here. Okay? And then now we're having conversations about passing and non-passing and brick and doll and pretty and this and that. Just as hard for pretty girls as it is brick girls. That is a whole other conversation. We're not going to go there. I don't want anyone to say, don't leave lusting over trans women out of this conversation. We have to keep that. That is uber important. Most people get love. Like, we have to be in the shadows. We always have to be the ones to put up with some bullshit. Like, dudes are so interested that they just don't equate like a relationship with us, loving us openly, publicly, socially, as something that they should do, like that they can do and they can have success in. After establishing the fact that most men are into trans women, they're still gonna run, they're still gonna act silly, they're still gonna act like, no, that's not. And as a collective, trans women, especially Black trans women, we have learned our worth. My sisters have worked on that. A lot of women have worked on it. Congratulations, girls. It's really difficult out here when the merit of validation is having a relationship, having a man, being seen with a man, right? The lusting is rampant and it will continue. We are the most searched thing on that we receive the least. We receive the least support. We receive the least amount of attention and love. We are only asking for those that want us and want to be with us and love us to love us in the light.
Racism inside and outside the LGBTQ community. We don't talk enough about the racism that Black trans women face within, LGBTQ spaces that claim to be inclusive, because let's be honest, there's a major difference between how Black trans women are treated and how white trans women are treated, and this is not up for debate. And also to add on to this, I never understood how everybody was arguing over Girl Lala's, like sexuality, what she is, and this and that. Like, girl, that is not what we need to be talking about. We need to be talking about this grown man who literally took somebody else's life because he hated himself and he hated to see somebody thrive. Y'all need to be worried about something else. And then y'all are like, oh, I agree with the dad. I agree with the dad. The dad was right. That's his son. That's his son. If my dad came to my damn funeral and took off my goddamn wig and said, oh, this is my son. This is my son. Y'all need to, girl, no. Y'all better put that goddamn wig on. And then y'all was sitting over here arguing, talking about, oh, he wanted the funeral this way. It should have been this way. He didn't donate no goddamn money to his own child's funeral because he's a broke deadbeat father who wasn't even really in his child's life. So I never understood the whole conversation of, oh my God, what is going on? Everybody's so like this and that. Like the whole discourse over her goddamn death just threw me. I didn't even want to make a video because I knew I was going to come off hateful, but like, y'all was arguing about the wrong thing when y'all needed to be worried about that grown man who took somebody else's life because he couldn't handle himself. And what I mean by handle himself, he couldn't understand who he was as a person because he was just hateful and filled with hatred. And he was evil. He was an evil-spirited person. Oh my God, like that broke my damn heart. Like, And the thing is, you really never see us Black trans women in the media unless it's over a death or exposing a man. And I'm not talking about the little, itty bitty little things. Like, girl, none of us for real, have reached the damn status of T.S. Madison, girl. I think T.S. Madison is the only Black trans woman who has solidified herself in this fucking industry. I'm not talking about the other industry, girl. I'm talking about mainstream media. Like, girl, literally, she be getting, all types of drag and stuff. But outside of that, she has a lucrative income, girl. She makes solid money, girl. She got a solid collaboration with the Beyonce. Like, you don't really see that. The only times you see Black trans women getting any type of media coverage from mainstream news and media outlets is when we fall off of the face of the planet. And it's always a discourse of, well, did the man know? Did the man know that he was linking with a boy? Did he know that he was linking with a boy? That's why, when I've seen the whole Girl Lala situation, it threw me for a loop because it's like, that's what y'all don't need to be talking about right now. Somebody lost their damn life. Y'all worry about somebody's damn pronouns? Oh my God, you clout chasing H words. Like, oh my God, hang it up flat screen. Like, oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. I feel so bad. Some examples I have are that white trans women get more visibility. Black trans women get danger. We get fetishized. It's always, oh, I've always wanted to experiment with a Black trans woman like you. You're so exotic. We're only seen as a tragedy, violence, or a headline. And even when you're dating, it's filled with racism and exclusion, literally. Like, a lot of people or a lot of men say, I don't usually date Black girls, or you're too dark. Like, that's weird. Why would you say that? And people like to act like it doesn't happen, but that actually happens, literally. The sad reality of being a Black trans woman means your femininity is constantly being questioned by the world. You're either too loud, you're either too visible, you're either doing too much. And darker skinned trans women, we get judged the hardest. The world treats us as threats, not women. Like we're supposed to apologize for taking up space. And darker-skinned trans women are seen as less palatable due to racist beauty standards in society, constantly expecting us to be strong all the time. It's like we walk through life feeling like targets. And to be real, representation for Black trans women isn't just visibility, it's survival. It changes how people treat us. It changes how we see ourselves. And we need to start having these deep conversations, literally. But here's the part that no one expects. We're still here, we're still beautiful, and we're still thriving and surviving. I found healing through chosen family, through community, through learning that I deserve, softness, even when the world, tried to harden me. I want my dolls who don't feel seen or heard to know this. You don't have to stay in survival mode forever. There is a life beyond trauma. There is a future where you're not just surviving, you're thriving. You deserve softness. You deserve safety. You deserve a future that doesn't involve survival mode. So please remember that you're very valuable and important in this small world that, we live in. You can make a great impact by changing, and you can make a great impact by doing what makes you happy. Please keep pushing. And to every Black trans woman watching this, you're not disposable, you're not a mistake, you're not invisible. You are worthy of safety, love, and a future, girl. And even if this world tries to forget us, I won't. I'll keep talking. I'll keep shining. I'll keep, shedding this light on us, girl. Because what we go through, our story needs to be heard. Our story needs to be shared because it brings light and it impacts the youth, girl, literally. And if you like this video, girl, you already know what I'm about to say, girl. Let me know what you went through in your childhood, girl. Like, I know some of my girls, been kicked out. Like, tell your story, girl, because some of y'all be going through some real stuff. Like, some of y'all got some built-up trauma. Like, girl, let it out, girl. Let's talk in the comment section, girl. And also, if you made it to the end of this video, girl, I want you to drop a brown heart, girl. And if you don't have a brown heart emoji because you got an Android, girl, just drop a goddamn, just drop a trans flag, girl. Drop a heart or a trans flag, girl. You already know to boost the video, girl. But I love you, wonderful, amazing people. I'm going to talk to you, wonderful, amazing people, later. Bye, Les.
We talk about love. We talk about humanity. We must see the human factor. Our foundation is human, not sex. It is not about us saying to someone else that I accept you or I tolerate you. You do not have the power to accept or tolerate me. I take that from you. You will respect me. So to each of you, my community dies every day from transphobia or homophobia. I ask you, consider this. That is a human being. We're all human beings. It's about inclusivity, and I will never, ever ask any of you for respect. I will demand it. You will not tell me that you accept me. You will not tell me that you tolerate me. That is not your power. I take that from you. You will respect me for who I am.